Hey, well, listen to that. Math you'll never use.
Ooh, he's doing homework. Epic.
I am doing
The most
homework.
he uses. The most he do is math or cashier. So thank Mrs. whatever your name was. I now know how to count change. This is epic.
But yeah, so I take it that the Boros set is probably rare because of the fact that I have never once seen it before. Not once. This the first time I saw the Boros set, I got it today. I was also gonna get a Celestia one, but you see, because I've only seen one Celestia in town, only one. So I wanted to get it because I want to get all the pins before War of the Spark because they'll stop making these guild packs and stuff. So you literally won't be able to get them easy or cheap.
Easy.
But anyway,
Holy shit.
so do you know why I didn't pick up that Celestia guild pack?
Why?
Why?
Because I looked on the front and it was the Golgari promo. And I'm like, what's that doing in the Celestia guild box?
Wizards
Whoever
quality
frickin-
control is not the best.
Whoever freaking messed, because at first I was looking around and I saw Boros. I'm like, this is
There
the
it
first Boros I've ever seen. So I put it in our cart while we were at the store. And then my brother and sister were looking at Pokemon cards and stuff. They're like, King Nate, look at this. And it was the Celestia one. I've only seen one of those in town. So I was
Are
like,
you
oh,
fucking kidding me?
I'm going to get that too. And I looked at the promo card. It's the Golgari one that I already have. And I was like, oh, never mind. I don't want it anymore. And they were like, you can get the pin because I want all 10 pins on my Walmart vest. But I was like, no, I want the cards too. And if the promo is Golgari, then I don't know what the cards behind it are going to be.
Probably also Golgari.
Which would mean I already have a goal. It would only benefit me by giving me the pin and the spin die, because I looked at the side and it had the spin die. So I would only benefit from having the pin if I wanted it that badly on my Walmart vest, and the spin die, which, to be honest, I am not in that much of a need of getting the pin. I just think it's cool if I had all 10. But I did not get the Celestia one because it's... I was like, man, you ruined it. But the Boros one, I can tell you right now that Boros pack must have been some kind of rare because it paid for itself and then some. The promo card alone was $8.
Oof. Nice.
Oof. Oh, Ace, did I tell you I now have 3 Arclight Phoenixes?
Yes, you did.
I also have 4 Niv Mizzets.
Why are you giving me cancer?
Because I also have 3 Chemisters in sight.
Alright.
I don't know what that one is.
Draw 2
Okay,
cards, jumpstart.
Oh,
It's
Okay, so
blue.
basically we need to these to a casino.
So basically what that means is my Izzet deck is all powerful, and if I do an Izzet deck, I'm going to be one of the more cancerous Izzet decks. As if Izzet wasn't already enough cancer. You'll have to deal with 3 Arclight Phoenixes. Frickin' at least 3 Niv Mizzets in my deck. And 3 Chemisters Insight on top of 4 Radical Ideas. Or
It's not
Charter
the cards. Pay to win.
fucking pay to win bastard.
4 Beacon Bolts. Like, it's 4 Crackling Drakes. It's bad. Like, that deck is bad. I would not want to fight my own deck. That's how bad it is. Okay, the only thing I need to make that deck any more cancer is 4 risk factors. You know what that does, right?
I do not.
Okay, here's what Risk Factor does. When you play it, it's a sorcery. Your opponent gets to choose one of two. Take 4 damage, or I draw 3 cards.
Okay. And so
When you couple that, listen, when you couple that with Dim Visit, when you choose to allow me to draw 3 cards, that's a bare minimum of 3 damage. So you get to choose 4 damage and I draw no cards, or 3 damage and I draw 3 cards. Oh, I'm sorry. That point, you either get to choose 4 damage, you would choose 4 damage or 6 damage, and I draw 3 cards. Or 6 cards, because Niv Mizzet, if you cast an instant sorcery. Oh no, 4. I'm sorry. So yeah, no matter which way you go, you take 4 damage, and then I draw 4 cards. Or you just straight up take 4 damage.
I should just fucking die.
It's a really cancerous deck. I want 4 risk factors, just so I can make that deck all cancer.
Without the being.
Oh. I can also combo it with a couple really good red cards I got from War of the Spark, my pre-release, because I got a ton of really good reds. The only issue is I didn't have enough reds to use red at pre-release, so I just went with green-blue, which I was good, but I never drew the pop-off. I drew it twice and ulted twice, and I won because of it, because I had Nissa. But that was my pop-off, and I only had 2 Nissas, so my Nissa would either get eradicated as soon as she entered the field with no way to counter it, or they just drew better than me, and I never got my actual draws. So it was
Nissa
a bit for this pre-release deck.
Nissa is a good card.
Oh yeah, she's really good. She's really good. That's why people kept targeting her and getting rid of her so quickly, because if you don't get her off the field, you're gonna die.
Hey, Sodi,
Yeah.
I have a question.
What?
You think Monster Hunter, when Capcom goes back to the dark side, will be a card game using Monster Hunter stories as a template?
No. I mean, maybe, but not.
Yeah.
Not like a super efficient thing. I mean, a lot of studios do that. Like even Bloodborne has some kind of traditional game.
Yeah. Okay, Raffian. That's fucking bullshit.
Is that the set we're
Damn.
talking about, or is it?
Yeah, it was, but I'm a little confused here. Why do you have a
That's not the
Bodanga?
set I want you to make. I wanted you to make the other one.
What was the other one?
The one that was mostly Rathian and Rathalos. The one that's like directly above the Monster Hunter Double Cross screenshot.
I have one
Thank you.
issue here, Sodi.
What?
It's Raffian and Raphos.
And just get somebody to help.
Oh, right, like anyone's still playing this game. Yeah.
You have literally 3 choices. Or 4 if priests. Computers.
I'm never gonna play
Okay,
it.
my computer is not set up, but I'm cleaning my room currently, which means if I put the time and effort into it, I could build my PC right now.
No, it must have been my imagination. You realize
I haven't done this.
desperately alone.
Done what?
Ain't.
Oh, there. The bucket.
Ace, did you send the link? Because I deleted it. 'Cause it has my name on it.
Sick.
Is he's muted.
All I do in fucking.
Sorry, forgot I muted myself. I was eating something. I'm
Raffian,
watching.
Okay.
could you not charge me for 5 fucking times in a row? Who made you an autistic fucking Digimon?
I work tomorrow. I don't like that because it's a Monday, and Mondays suck. And I don't want to work on a sucky Monday. It's only Monday, so that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sad that I couldn't get that Celestia guild pack though, because that would mean I only have 2 guilds left. Let's see. Okay, Ace, do you remember all the guilds? Let's see here. I'll tell you the ones I have. I just need to know the name of the other one, because I honestly forget. There's... I'm gonna list off all the one on my vest. There's Demir. Izzet. Golgari. Cynic. Orzhov. There's another one. Orzhov. I'm trying to remember my pins. Orzhov. Izzet. Demir. Golgari. Okay. The last 3 I need are Rakdos, Gruul, and Celestia.
Of the ones that you listed, you're missing Azorius and
No, I have Azoria. Yeah, I do have Azoria.
I didn't hear you list Azorius.
I didn't, but I do.
Ah, fuck.
There's one more that I can. Boros. You didn't list.
I have Boros right here. I'm literally looking. So the only 3 I need left are Gruul, which I don't care for Gruul, to be honest. That's why
The Gruul are chaotic neutral to the extreme.
That's why. Well, I mean, I just don't care about the card color, and I do not care for the promo because I looked at the promo because there's a buttload of Gruul at my at Dungeons and Dragons, so I could pick Gruul if I wanted, but I'm just holding off. I do not have Rakdos. I've only seen 2 Rakdos now. I've never seen them past that, and I am missing Celestia because I've only ever seen 1 Celestia in town. Outside of the second one I saw, that was just hidden in the gold, which I was kind of sad. I still love that time. I got a Dominaria. I just got a single $5 Dominaria pack because I was like, you know what? I want to see what else I can pull, just because I can. And I was like, man, wouldn't it be cool if it was another Karn? I thought it was a foil Karn, my $40 Karn. He's my most expensive card, and I got him from a $5 booster, and then got because I was like, you know, maybe another chance. Because the times that I opened Dominaria, I didn't like it, so I was like, you know what? I might give it another shot, just to see if I do like it. Boy, let me tell ya, I like it. This is looking a lot more clean than it was earlier today.
Yay.
You ever just walk outside your room and go back in just to see how it looks from the outside?
Yeah, my room was, just to give you an idea, there were everywhere. It was empty, but I am slowly cleaning it, and it is slowly looking much.
Hold still. That's not Matthew's fucking.
I wanted to get all 10 guild before War of the Spark, because when the Spark officially releases, then those guild packs will not only jump in price, but they will be harder to find. And I want to find them before that happens, because I only have a few left.
Sick. Okay, one second, kill me. That one might actually kill me.
Have you seen what the Japanese versions of all the Planeswalkers look like from War of the Spark?
No, I have not.
They got titties.
Some of them, yeah. What they did for the Japanese War of the Spark Pirates is like, hey, we should just hire Japanese artists to do the art for the Planeswalkers, and make it
Well, see, here's the thing you have to realize is those Japanese cards, they're gonna go up in price as the years progress. Because if they, let's say they brought those artists on for like actual art or something, that would be their debut stuff. That is gonna jump in price.
The Japanese version of the Sorin card is literally just fucking Dio Brando. Look at this. Look at this. Hold on. Voice chat. Look at this shit. It's beautiful. I want
Alexa.
7 of them.
Play Phantom Blood.
Jesus Christ. Why does he look like an anime boy?
Because the Japanese
know.
artist made them.
Oh, okay. Well, there's your answer.
A base reminder.
I mean, did you have
All of the
to ask-
Planeswalkers for War of the Spark in Japan were drawn by Japanese artists.
Okay, so they're manga anime style, gotcha. I can see why they're even more demand because everybody over here in the States are weebs.
Beast, remember. Well, it's the Magic the Gathering. Again, what you expect.
That's exactly what I was talking about. Is this is Magic the Gathering we're talking about? So everyone that wants those cards are totally.
The fucking Nista, look at this goddamn wife.
That's a
This
fucking hell.
wife.
Mother. Goddamn
None of
wife.
my Nistas look like that. So. Did you know? Listen. Did you know Ethan was giving out packs for whoever won the pre-release tournaments that had a high chance of having Japanese art cards?
I cut off your tail, Wacky.
He said that all his packs, the ones that he gets from his store that you can buy, they have chances for the Japanese art. I do not recall if he said that's just War of the Spark entirely, or if it's just his store exclusively because he did something. But I just know that it's possible.
I'm pretty sure that you can special order.
I think that's what he did for his War of the Spark. He special ordered them for the Japanese cards, which means some will and some won't. So it's still kind of you gotta pull them, but my town has them. So,
But as I was saying before, the fucking Sorin is Dio Brando. It gives off such Dio vibes, which is appropriate because both of them were vampires in this story.
oh yeah, sorry, isn't he that guy from you know the one place?
He's from Innistrad.
Yes, and I always forget that. Yeah, he's Innistrad, and then he like left because he was emo and came back and places like basically ruined.
No. He Nahiri went to go get him so that he could help out with the Eldrazi. And in response he was like, LMAO, fuck up bitch, and locked her in an oven for 1,000 years. And then Nahiri got out and was quite miffed, quite angry. So they fought each other really heavily. And Sorin got trapped in a wall.
Literally.
He just got fucking shoved into a wall and was trapped in a wall for a while.
Yeah.
With this story, the interplanar beacon was lit on Ravnica, and it pulled a fuck ton of planeswalkers onto Ravnica, including Sorin, which forced him out of the wall, and including Nahiri. And the first words that Nahiri spoke to Sorin, they saw each other on Ravnica, was, "Oh, I see that you've gotten out of the wall."
I know the only reason I remember Sorin is from CJ's description of him as being an emo vampire. So that's the only reason I know who Sorin is.
He is a pretty emo vampire.
He just doesn't like his granddad or something like that.
His dad is the reason why he has a spark.
Yeah,
Like
that's
vampires, undead cannot cannot have a spark ignited, but it can steal sparks from other things.
I know that. What was I gonna say?
Like that's how Karn has a spark. That's not Karn's spark. That's Urza's spark.
Well, good. Urza sounds stupid. I'm kidding.
Urza was a dick.
Go ahead.
Karn sounds way
Yes,
cooler
yes.
anyway.
Fish.
I mean, he is cooler.
Fish.
The Karn in this set can lock people out of the game.
How so?
Mycosynth Lattice.
What does that do?
Mycosynth Lattice turns all permanents into colorless artifacts. And that means that lands are colorless artifacts that produce colorless mana. And Karn's ability, passive, is activated abilities of artifacts your
What the hell?
can be activated. So if you have both the new Karn and Mycosynth Lattice out, people can't tap their lands for mana. Except you.
You can tap their lands for mana.
No, they cannot tap their lands for mana, but you can
No.
tap yours.
Oh, you can tap. Okay, I thought you meant you could tap theirs, and I was like,
No.
oh my god.
No, they just can't. They just don't have mana.
Okay, so is this a new Karn card, or is
Yes,
it a?
this is the Karn from War of the Spark.
Okay, well now I want it. Another card I want is a Johnny. I want a Johnny.
Johnny's cool.
Well, I have. Listen, freaking a Johnny's Pride Mate became my star of the show in my Orzhov deck, and I didn't even realize it. I just threw a Johnny's Pride Mate in there because I was like, ooh, this card looks good. And then I freaking play with my Orzhov deck, and it steals the show with how good it is. Literally, a Johnny's Pride Mate is like my tank of the deck. I don't even understand how that works, but it does.
Do be like that.
Because, okay, the reason is because I have a few combos. I have 3 ill-gotten inheritance, which is... Do you know what that does?
No.
At the beginning of my upkeep, gain 1 life, the opponent loses 1 life.
Here's what Karn looks like in Japan.
He probably looks like a big tanky guy.
Rasmus, can you please time? Thank you.
Ooh, he looks pretty neat. He doesn't really look that much different from Karn.
He's fine.
If you want to read what he actually does,
This is epic.
okay, this is epic.
Karn, a great creator. Let's see. Activate abilities of artifact your opponent's control can't be activated. I like that. Tiny. This is an artifact with power and toughness equal to its converted mana cost.
Uh-oh.
Man, I want Karn, a great creator, because that looks freaking dope. Well, not only does it look dope, but I just like Karn. I don't even know if I'd play him. I just want Karn.
His -2 lets you recover exiled artifacts.
The way CJ explained the different planeswalkers to me, Gideon became my favorite, which was kind of unfortunate.
Yeah,
But,
Gideon,
you know.
Gideon sacrificed himself for the greater good.
Yeah, but see, the reason I liked Gideon was from CJ's description. Was he was like, yeah, he was about to die, and then he became a planeswalker and dipped. And then he's like, and when he went to a new place, he's like, hi, my name's this. He's like, Gideon? No, my name's like Kytheon. He's like, Gideon. He's just like, okay, let's go with that.
No, my name is Kithian. Gideon? It's okay, it's Gideon, I guess. Fine.
Yeah, I just like how he was like, yeah, let's go with that. And I was like,
Gideon?
I already left him.
Gideon is from the plane of Theros. He was like a vigilante, and he had a troop of dudes that helped him do vigilante work. And he got his spark by accidentally killing all of his friends by throwing a spear. And then he was about to die, so his spark ignited, and he yeeted himself away accidentally.
I don't remember who it was, but he explained to me a planeswalker that
He
freaking
threw it, and it killed him. Yes, all 4 of them.
Ah,
Because he's just that fucking powerful.
I was gonna say there was a planeswalker, I don't remember who it was, that CJ told me that they freaking got they got their spark. I don't remember how it was, but they went to like a plane that nobody had charted out yet, and it was just pitch black. And they just kind of stayed in the black until they learned how to planeswalk.
I don't know who that one is. If you can give me a physical description of what they look like.
It's a girl, I know that. I just don't remember who. It was when we were talking about Innistrad, and then we moved on to something else.
Nahiri?
Maybe. I don't
No,
know.
she's not from Innistrad. She's from Zendikar.
I remember I also liked how I asked about that one set where he made his mill deck. I was like, oh hey, that one.
Everyone's first time planeswalking is always accidental.
Yeah, but my favorite, one of my favorite explanations he gave me was when I asked, I was like, hey, that one deck you made with your mill deck, it was either Kaladesh, I think, or it was
Come on, man.
Amonkhet. I think it was Amonkhet.
Rathalos, whatever the fuck.
Yeah, it was Amonkhet, and I was like, man, I like the Amonkhet cards. What happened to that place? He's like, oh yeah, they're dead except like one god and a few people.
Yeah. Bolas killed everyone except for like a few people and one of the guns.
Also, if I'm gonna be honest here,
No, only one. Only Hazaret. All the other ones got killed, and that's why there are 4 God Eternals on Ravnica. And
oh, speaking of God
Ravnica, they had to bring down Ilhart, who is the god of the Gruul.
speaking of God Eternals, I got that card from pre-release, Enter the God Eternals, and people were like, ooh, that's a good card.
All of the God Eternals are pretty good. I like the way that they're handling gods for this set. With put them in your library. They can die, but they go to your library.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, another thing I thought was funny during pre-release is, you know how everybody's kind of excited since it's a new set?
Uh-huh.
Remember when we were opening packs because we could? Max was sitting across the table from me and kept drawing things. He goes, I drew a mountain. I don't know, I thought that was funny, just a mountain. A single mountain. He's like, I drew a mountain. There's a lot of stupidity that night. And with my Nissa deck, I actually made someone forfeit that round, and that's how I won one of my rounds, because I had 5 lands on the field that were 5/5s, and because I ulted with Nissa, they were indestructible. And he had no creatures out on the field, so he was like, I'm just gonna forfeit, there's nothing I can do. Because he drew his card, and it was something useless, so he was just like, you can win. I was like, I'm gonna scoop, you can win this round. I only won with that deck twice, though, because those were the only 2 times it drew. I have my deck right here. I mean, I can tell you what cards are in it and why it wasn't as good as some of the other decks. Because some of the other decks have some like really good. One person had the Wanderer, which that screwed me over entirely. Which is why I want the Wanderer now, because oh boy, that's a good card. That's a really good Planeswalker.
Aren't tieflings weird, Copper? Aren't tieflings really weird with their eyes? Just single color.
Yeah, I wasn't
Very
really
strange.
sure how to work with that, but I think I can still make some changes to it, if you think.
Oh, you got it. That's like basically on point.
Oh, okay.
It's maybe a little light, but not by much.
I was thinking of making like a little glow or something, but I wasn't sure
Ooh.
if that's okay.
I think they glow slightly.
Alright, let me see here. Here's my pre-release set, since I haven't changed it at all. I'm going to list off the cards that aren't islands that I totally didn't take from the shop, because they were handing out free islands for pre-release. See, I have Pollen Bright Druid. That's okay. It's not that. It proliferates when it enters the field, basically, which can be useful. But not when I don't have anything that I need. Like, if it's the only thing I'm drawing, it's kind of useless. Now, I have Ashiok. I put Ashiok in my deck because it's blue-black. It's blue or black, and I was a blue-green deck, so I could cast Ashiok. Which, that was very useful. I have Lazotep Plating, which is amass 1 and hexproof. All creatures I control gain hexproof until the end of my turn. Which that's okay. I mean, it's alright, but not amazing. Then I had Tamio's Epiphany, scry 4, draw 2. Erratic Visionary, draw card, discard card. It's pretty meh. Crawl Stinger, Death Touch 2/2, not that great. This is one of my pop-off cards, Awakening of Vidukazi. Put 9/1/1 counters on target land, and it becomes a elemental creature with haste called Vidukazi, and it's still on.
You go for maximum flavor and put it on the land, and it's called Vidukazi the City Tree.
Yeah, that's where I also have a 2 giant growths, which is just target creature gets 3/3 until end of turn. I got 2 Sky Theater Strix, which are just flyings that whenever I cast a non-creature spell, they do 2/2 instead of 1/2. So, you know. I have Neo Form, which is sack a creature, search your library for converted mana cost equal to 1. 1 plus the creature's converted mana cost. So basically, if I had a creature that costs 2, I could pull a 3 out. That's not very useful because most of my drops are 2 drops, and I have no 3 drops. So that card is useless. Band together, target creatures I control deal damage to another. It's okay. Nissa, stealth mission, which is put 2 +1 counters on creature and it can't be blocked. That's alright. But, you know, it's not good if you can't pop off. Flux Channeler, this one's good, which is whenever I cast a non-creature spell, proliferate. That is good. Another Crawl Stinger, another Sky Theater Strix, my second Nissa. And then Jace's Triumph. This is a useless card, it's just for draw. Just draw 2 cards. I don't have a Jace Planeswalker, so I can't draw 3. And then my last good card, which is Enchanted Creature loses all abilities and has base power and toughness of 1/1. That was my pre-release deck. It's not that good.
That works.
It works, but versus other people's decks, they had way better cards, so I kind of got screwed over a lot with it because I couldn't pop off. There's only 3 cards in there that allow me to pop off. And it's not like I had other greens and blues I could swap out. Those were the best greens and blues I had in my pre-release. On top of the fact that I wanted to go red, because every red I drew from pre-release, almost all of them are golds or silvers that are like highly sought after. Not highly sought after, just good. But I didn't have enough reds to make a good red something deck. I can go through and see what my good red cards were, because I know I had a lot of red cards. Oh, I put them in my binder. Let's go grab that. Grab this, throw this away, because this is useless now. Get my Boros thing, throw that away, put this over here, grab this, put these over here. My binder. Which I bought my binder on pre-release night, because I need a binder. Okay. And Marston. Okay, so I only have 3 red cards in here. One of them's red-white. I have a foil stamped Solar Blaze, which is each creature deals damage to itself equal to its power. So, you know, board wipe. And then I had Krenko Tin Street Kingpin. He's a legendary goblin, and whenever he attacks, you put a 1/1 counter on him, and then you create a 1/1 red goblin equal to his power. So the more he attacks, the more 1/1s he creates. That's very good.
There's this better version of Krenko from a
The
previous.
of the
Replica
this
set?
would be cool.
Sure. It's in voice chat posting.
No, I deleted it because it had my name on
Ah. Okay.
But anyway, what's the better Krenko?
Krenko Mob Boss.
Krenko Mob Boss. I got that Krenko, which was pretty good. Like, that's not a bad card. On top of Solar Blaze.
I'm gonna post it into the Marisoidiverse
Alright, let me see here.
under the general chat where the puns are.
Oh, here's one. I have 2 cards called Honor the God Pharaoh, which allows me to amass one. Oh, here's a good one. I got Blind Blast, which is it deals 1 damage to a creature, but they can't block this turn, which is good. And then I had Demolish, which is destroy artifact or land. That was also pretty good. I have Chandra's Pyro Helix, and then I had a foil Chandra herself. So when you take all of those red cards into consideration, that's a really solid red deck. It's just I don't have enough red cards to. Those were all my red cards. I only didn't list 2 because they were useless. So like my red deck, there's just no way I could have popped off with a red deck. I did not have enough red. I didn't want to make a black deck because everybody I knew was running a black deck. So I was like, I don't want to a black deck too. I had okay cards, but they had better black cards, so I didn't run mine. I just went green-blue because it was like different than everybody else, and it was probably my best bet. Yeah, I had fun on pre-release.
I bet you did.
I am going to have a lot of fun when I get all 52 of those packs to open. I, just like everybody else, want Nico Bolas.
I'm gonna pre-release.
Oh. Ace.
Yes.
Does Nico Bolas have Japanese art?
Yes, it's terrible.
Is it?
I'll show you.
That's not fair.
Okay.
Thank God.
Dude, I want a Nico Bolas now more than I did before because he's worth 170 right now.
The fuck's this? Yeah.
The American art is better.
I mean, yeah, the American art is better, to be honest, because
And the fucking the Hasbro only version is even better.
Sick.
ooh,
Thanks.
what version is that?
That one comes in a pack of 8 that you can only get on the Hasbro store.
Really?
Yeah,
How much is it?
the collection of 8 is a lot of money.
Yeah, I was going to say it's one of those items.
It's one of those.
See, it's one of those collector's item type things where
Yeah,
it's
because they decided to do Vanguard art for for all of the Ravnica sets that had one special collector's item that was like Vanguard arts for 8 Planeswalkers.
not bad.
They have a bunch of them. I don't know what they were called, but they were a thing.
I like like you said, art for Bolus better than the Japanese art? Japanese art sucks. Not because it's bad art, just because the
just
angle
doesn't
they
look
chose. Well, no, it's the angle they chose, purely.
It's well drawn, but it doesn't look good.
It's, like I said, it's because of the angle. It's like right up to his face. That's not menacing. The freaking American art, he's like zoomed out and floating, and you're like, oh, that's bad. Like if you saw that get played in front of you on a table, you would think, oh no. But when I see that, I'm just like, oh, it's a guy. Who is that? And they'd be like, Nico Bolas. I'm like, oh, now I'm scared, but not because of the art.
That horn looks pretty good.
Should make it wider.
Define the segments a bit more, and it's like amazing.
No, it's like messing with the color.
Yeah.
I think I should make it lighter.
I think in terms of darkness, dark colors, it's pretty balanced. It's just like you need to see how it's segmented more. Like, you have. I'm assuming you have reference art for tieflings.
Yep.
I like tieflings.
That's why
Do you know what happened?
A border. 'Cause it's only
Yes.
taking a part of my screen.
Did you know that CJ has a tiefling that he has as a character in Dragon's Dogma?
Really?
His pawn is his tiefling he played. Her name was Officer Ruby. She was a fighter, and she basically would get like 5 or 6 attacks in one turn because she was tier 4. And he can't play Officer Ruby anymore. The reason is because she is now infested full of maggots and is controlled by a god.
What the heck is Dragon's Dogma?
Dragon's Dogma is a Capcom game.
What the heck is Dragon's Dogma that this is a thing that can happen?
No, I was talking about his. No, he made her as a pawn in Dragon's Dogma, but the real D&D character of her. The actual D&D character is infested full of maggots and is under control by a god, so he can't play her anymore.
That's unfortunate. Also,
The only way she can get brought back is Wish. You cannot resurrect her because she's under the control of a god. I forget the god's name, but he is nothing. He is a robe, and under the robe are a bunch of maggots. Now, see, when you do the adventure, it's a specific adventure. You're supposed to fight him, and then you realize, oh, hey, look, it's a god. And then you're supposed to die. Like, that's part of the adventure, is you die to him. But then you get wished back by the guys that sent you there, and they're like, well, this is bad. But the rest of his party decided, hey, let's go be rude to these guys. So they get wished back, which means now it's up to my character to wish him back when I get the chance to, which I haven't played D&D in 2 years, so she's been dead for 2 years.
The only tiefling I've ever played was a bard, and that's who Sodi's drawing currently.
Yep.
Tiefling bard is I went with bard because I was like, okay, normally the thing that you think of when you think tiefling is warlock, so I'm gonna go with something weird.
Hey, if you want to hear about weird characters, I know what my favorite character is. My favorite character that I have, who's still alive. What's his name? Give me a sec. I need to find his name before I tell you, but I love him. He's my favorite character.
Forgot his name, but he's your favorite.
I haven't played him in 2 years. Come here, buddy. We need to find you. Come here, buddy. We're gonna say hello again, just like old times. There you are. Get off my freaking binder, spider. Wow, I just slapped a spider. That's ballsy.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Don't worry, they can't buy. You have this end of life of
Is
a
that the
creature.
bad?
Oh hey, I remember Charlotte.
Hello there.
His name is Traveler. It's
Okay.
Traveler.
Yeah. They're talking about
Yeah.
Magic Gathering.
So,
Ah,
Ace.
Ace, are you
No,
there?
it's D&D.
Ace, what's going on? Oh, not much, Top Hat. What about you?
Sick.
Not much.
Okay, Ace.
Yes.
You know what Traveler is?
No.
He's a barbarian. Try to guess what his race is.
Half orc.
Nope.
No.
He's a Tabaxi.
Oh, you told me about the Tabaxi Barbarian.
Yes. No, he doesn't. Okay, I made it because I thought Tabaxi, he can climb walls. And at first I was trying to create a genuine character, like, ooh, I'll try Tabaxi. And then I realized, you know what? I could take it a step further and make someone completely stupid. And that's what I did. I created him as a barbarian because Tabaxis do not benefit barbarians in any way, shape, or form in their skills. So I chose barbarian, and now he's a super dexterous, charismatic barbarian.
I mean, that's a thing that you can do. Barbarians can use dexterity and use it to be the tanky boy.
Yeah, but that's the thing. The totem he chose doesn't do that. The totem he chose benefits strength, and he doesn't have very good strength.
That's pretty good.
Despite being only
But he's
20.
an idiot. His whole backstory was the island where Tabaxis came from. That's where he was. And he went into a cave, went into the Underdark, and then he got to the Sword Coast, and that's when he started adventuring. The reason he wanted adventure? Because.
I mean, that's really all the
Well,
motivation you need.
That's the thing, is he had a loving family, he was training under his dad, all this. And he just adventured. Told nobody. Why? Because.
Despite being only 20% population.
My favorite moment with Traveler is still when they were talking when I had him do stupid things, like he would pick his nose during conversations and just go be an idiot, because he is an idiot. And favorite moment was when the dog died. He turned around and I put both hands down on the table, slammed it really out. Everybody looked at me and I screamed out loud, "Not the dog!" And I screamed louder. I was like, "No!" And they were like, "Okay, gotcha." Like everybody didn't know how to respond. It was great. I loved it. I love Traveler. He's a great character.
Okay.
If I begin playing D&D again, he's gonna be played.
I'm currently playing a D&D game where I'm playing Minotaur Barbarian. And we just got to level 4, and I'm deciding whether or not I want to stick with what I had as buffing my strength to 18, or instead going with a feat.
It depends on how you want to play your barbarian, to be honest.
Fact.
There's always an it depends.
Yep. Welcome to D&D.
Speaking of tabletop games, I'm actually looking for people to play in the vampire game that I'm trying to run right now.
Fell-handed. Oop, there you are.
Anybody interested?
I don't know if I'll be able to make it just because of my schedule, and because I usually keep myself busy on my days off in various ways. Like, for instance, I still haven't built my PC, and I've been wanting to build for like a good month or two now.
You done?
You long?
I have enough on my plate right now.
Rip.
Bye.
All good.
I will be right back.
Sounds good. What about you,
Okay.
Sadie? You want to try playing Vampire the Masquerade? It's a fun game. Sadie. Hey, Sodi, you there? I've been asking you a question.
What was the question?
I asked, did you, or do you want to try playing Vampire the Masquerade sometime? It's quite a fun game.
Vampire the Masquerade?
Yeah, it's like a D&D style game.
Oh, not Bloodlines?
No, it's in the same universe, but it's with dice and stuff.
Oh. I've never actually played much of this kind of games, traditional games.
It's all good. Teach you, it's really easy to play this game. Far easier than D&D and stuff like that.
I don't think it's my kind of thing.
It's all good.
Sorry.
What about you, Marissa? It's all good. Sorry. What about you, Marissa? Are you interested?
I don't know. I've never played any top game before.
Okay. I know Ace is busy, that's why I'm not asking him. Because I already invited him to Call of Cthulhu, but he said he wouldn't be able to make it till the summer.
Yeah, better luck this summer. Who knows? I said maybe we'll have better luck this summer. Who knows?
Yeah, maybe.
Hey, Top Hat.
Yeah.
Which vampire clan does the most amount of crimes?
Bruta.
Despite being only 15% of all vampire clans, Brutus commits 50% of all violent crimes.
This is true.
It's being 13% of all vampires, what?
Vampire clans. There's a fucking stupid amount of vampire clans. Originally tribes. That were from Can.
Well, Discord.
You-
for whatever reason.
Wait, did you fucking play Bloodlines? You played Bloodlines? No, fucking more. I think.
Discord crashed. What did SOD say?
He didn't understand what vampire clans are. I was telling him why they exist.
Okay.
No, I was
Fucking
asking
Kane.
if it made a 13% jump.
Yeah, it did. Definitely.
Epic.
Yes.
This is so
Fuck
bad.
those minorities.
There it
Okay, Bloodgonga, let's do this.
So far, we have the worst room in the game, Elon.
Frick.
I know, right? Yeah. I like playing with Shroom, though.
He is, yeah. I forgot Bloodgonga can't stay still. Yeah. I don't think Lane's gonna come back anytime soon. She's trying
Probably
to
not.
catch up on her anime list and manga list. So I think it started during the D&D. It started being inside.
I get it, yeah. No, that's all good.
I'll tell you what else is off. It's fucking Bloodgonga fight.
Excuse me.
The other one was. The other one was like to fight a giant fucking ape and summon skeletons and swallow them to stick you up.
Is that from
Is it?
Sekiro?
He's a smaller version of the Burning Game, pretty much the same thing. He was fucking
Is it
awesome.
from Monster Hunter or is it from Sekiro?
He's from Monster Hunter.
Oh, I see.
I think Guardian is harder, but then again, the fucking game gives you a fucking pathetic bunch of cheese.
Who's easier? Who's harder?
Bloodgonga's easier. I mean, Bloodgonga's easier than Guardian Game, but fucking, they give you a fucking toy to fucking kill people. To Guardian Game. All I have is
Guardian Ape is easier in my opinion.
Yeah,
Guardian Ape is just an easy fight.
This Guardian doesn't fucking dig it down. Diablo right now. Isn't that right, you fucker?
Let me look through my D&D characters and see if I'm missing anything. Like anybody I haven't seen in 2 years. Let's open this binder and find out who am I missing.
I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna go check on my laundry.
No, you're not.
I should have
Kelsey
started my
Charlotte.
That was close.
It's Topa. I remember Topa.
Topa, that was in Spanix game that lasted for all of like 1.5 sessions.
Topa was Topa's basically the freaking elder monk girl from Kung Fu Panda.
Exactly. Basically.
My time is done.
That's what I modeled him after. I was like, I can make a turtle, and I was like, I'm gonna make the freaking turtle from Kung Fu Panda. I'm gonna name him Topa. And that's what I did.
Something person.
But yeah, my freaking druid that I only played like till level 5, whom I have never played again, James.
Oops. Roll to punch.
There was
Oh.
Cortez.
By the way, Elon.
Yes, I named him Cortez. I named him Cortez after Cortez from Time Splitters. There's my sister's level 4 paladin, Dankmalang. That's what she named her paladin, was Dankmalang.
I studied, I think I know what happened. When I look on it, I didn't pass.
See, Charlotte was my sorcerer.
Shit. I think the reason I didn't pass it because we left the game. We disconnected. So I didn't technically pass the game.
Let's travel. Oh yeah!
I don't think the difficulty changes if I leave.
Tamara.
It doesn't, but what matters is I didn't do the urgent quest, so I gotta do it by myself. Which I'm doing right now, Captain. Okay. The Great Soul's awesome. That's it.
There's Tamarin.
Oof.
Yep, I remember all those characters.
What is this video?
Man,
so long,
time
guys.
flies.
Forgot I didn't attack. He is not attacked.
By the
Can you
way,
just
Grace,
these keyboards?
Yeah.
I might play Diamond later. If you
Oh.
wanna get that, we can play together.
I don't have my PC. It's sitting right here, and I have a lot of space to build it now, so I could probably, most definitely build it around either my next day off or one of my next days off.
Right.
Or you could just like do it like how you said you
No.
would back then, just like piece by piece.
I was gonna do piece by piece because I figured I would be able to build it as the pieces came in, but then I realized that I didn't have a case, and I was like, well, I will then try and get a case. And I went for that red one that I showed you all that time before, but then my case was the final part. Literally, my case is like the final major part. I only got like my DVD drive, which is optional, and something else which was optional. So my
Thank
case
you.
was my final part.
Rare is just going crazy in general.
What happened? Let's see what's happening. I'm not being. Only expect this one off.
Rare says he's seeing childhood memories like an idiot.
Okay. I'm sure he's fine.
That's not
It's never
He
fun.
is.
Rare.
Let's see.
That's rare.
Look at Rare in general.
I will when I care.
Let's see.
Right now, I'm rare. It's not too mean to rare sometimes.
That's all I have to say.
I mean, no offense to fucking Rare, but sometimes he does act like a fucking nuisance.
No full offense to Rare.
Oh yeah, because you don't care. But I got him. Because he is honestly fucking kind of cool sometimes. Oh, fuck.
Rare? When has Rare ever been cool?
I don't know. I like him on Facebook.
Doubtful.
Okay. Yeah, Greasel was the biggest. But she was fucking.
Wait, Priest, why are you no longer in Tron Gang?
What?
Because you get getting pinged.
Yeah, I think either I removed it or someone else removed it, but I remember it was because I would be working and I would get 3 pings while I was working just HBA, and I was like, wow, you guys like to ping each other. It's
We
like,
do.
you guys are a real talkative bunch.
Mm-hmm.
Which, I mean, that's not a bad thing, it's just,
Not for
it's only bad for me because I have to work and I kept getting pinged repeatedly in one aisle.
Oh yeah, Sherman is my favorite.
What are you doing? Stop. Oh, you.
I agree.
That's gay. I do not like this fight. This fight is gay.
Oh, wrong guy. 3 lives left.
I'm just gonna restart that one. That's not gonna do anything.
What are you doing? Oh, left here. Let's play that. There he is. The monkey fence up here. Green. I am angry monkey. What's the strongest enemy in this game? This fucking monkey. Oh, or Zhang. Yeah. It's because the fucking devs for Monster Hunter just really these. Watch Goku. Goku already on the damage. No, even dead now. Oops. Nearly avoided death. Ow. I'm about to head out.
God, what the hell is the active modifier for this? Because this is so this is ridiculously gay. What is this?
Because fuck, I missed.
Active modifier. When breathing the gas feels damage. Okay. Oh my god. This, why does it do so much damage? It should not do that much.
I don't know, yes. A lot of things do some damage. I wonder why that happens. Oh, hey, we didn't take as much health as oh, hey, something's fine.
That's a lie.
No, Platonic can summon it. He can summon his minions to help him.
That's a slander.
That's slander. Whatever.
Everything.
Spiking only 30% of all races. Pale Blood Orcs and 50% of all
That does, like, It only does that much damage when I get low on health. That does a stupid amount of damage.
Ooh, whoops. First time I actually got hit on it. You can see my potions, I think I'm just gonna take one thing.
I can't beat him. I have to give myself that one thing to beat him. I can't beat him like that. That's too hard.
Let's beat
Because you
him.
freaking lose so much health and like just quickly. You have no time to react.
I heard about
Hey,
that.
I have to go because my roommate's trying to sleep, and I don't want to talk while he's sleeping.
That's pretty fake.
Oh, okay. I will
Sorry.
you can still listen to us.
I have to. What time is it?
Almost more than midnight for you. Almost one.
Okay, yeah, I should be sleeping.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I like having come back from getting my laundry. I really like the right horn. I think that's really well done.
Thank you.
And I
Where did
like.
you post this in art?
It's on. He's streaming.
Oh, cool.
And I like the hair on the bottom right. I think that's really well done. I like how it's coming along so far. So just
Yeah.
if you want to stop it and continue it later, I'm down for that. But I need to get off now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see you tomorrow then, personally.
All right. I'll see you later, dude.
Yeah, I'll stop.
See you. Yeah.
Good night.
So,
Have a good time, Chris.
are you streaming on Twitch?
Why do you all act